Yo. Alright, so I wanted to talk about something real quick. I just made this part basically. So, as you can see, what I've done here is I downloaded a model online. This is a Glock base plate model, so all these parts in here are the parts that interact with the Glock base plate. So basically what I did is I stripped it down to bare minimum, got rid of all the details, but now I still have these parts that are correct when it comes to the Glock dimensions. So this is for a Glock 19 base plate for a mag. I just wanted to talk about some stuff with design. So basically, the topic I wanted to go over today is bevel size. So every sharp edge that you have on your model can be beveled. Bam, you can bevel that edge. Now that we beveled this edge, we can bevel again, but now it's going to give us different options for chains. Because since we beveled this edge, now it'll give us this entire chain to bevel for the next round, right? And as you can see, when we bevel an edge, it changes the way the light hits it. You have this highlight running around here and the value change, right? This highlight and this value change is very important. It's something you have to keep in mind because the size of these really matters, right? If we made this we can make this a very small bevel, very, very small, where the highlight is very teeny. Or we can really break up that geometry and curve it up, right? So if we're gonna go Control Z on this, I wanna demonstrate this on this part up here. So I'm gonna bevel this. I'm gonna give it like a medium bevel just so you can see the roundness. I'm gonna go over here, bevel this chain now that we have a different chain. And I'm just gonna demonstrate something. So as you can see, if we get rid of these lines that we have, we can see as this is without any kind of lines, without any kind of visualization, right? So as you can see, we added this small bevel, and as we change the bevel, the way the light hits it changes. You can see that value right there is darker than this value up here. But if we put the bevel size down really low, this is something we can see, but we can't see it that well, right? I'm gonna delete this bevel that I made. So basically, for this one, I just want to keep in mind the size of my bevels. So I could have a really small one here, but I'm going to choose to have a bigger one. So I'm going to extend this all the way out as far as it can go. Now we have this error here with these edges, or these faces, but we can just delete these two faces. Now we have this one sharp edge, and we can just do a bevel modifier, or a bevel operation on this, or a fillet operation. Boom. And that's starting to look a lot better, a lot more smooth. And we can go in here and delete this face to give this one a straight form change. Now we can duplicate this to the other side. Now we have that, right? Now I think this looks considerably better than our other option, which is to have this bevel right here be very small. This is something I want to ingrain in your head. Like, the size of your bevels is going to influence the size of the line that you draw. You're literally just drawing lines with 3D shapes, right? I want this line to be a lot more, I want it to like blend in with the shape more. So I'm going to blend it. I'm going to transition that form more than I'm not transitioning it, right? Because if we add this bevel here, boom. So basically, as you can see, this area right here, this face, and this face, the ones highlighted in blue, are transition areas. So they're areas that are actually curved. But when we get onto this face, it's a flat face. So you really need to keep that in mind. So keep in mind the areas that you're transitioning things, and then the areas where the face is flat. This happens whenever you want to do any kind of angle change. So up here, if I wanted to do an angle change, right, we have, I'm just going to cut this out, like right here. Basically, we've created 3 new faces. This face, and this face. And during this process, we've also changed the shape of the face right here. Because as you can see, it now is this cutout. It's a different shape of face. And because this is at an angle, this angle is going to reflect the light differently, as you can see right here. So what we can do now is we can change the angles of these faces if we want. So I'm going to take these faces, rotate them along this axis. by negative 70 degrees. I'm going to go over here, rotate this on this axis by negative 70 degrees. Boom. Right? And now we can start doing transitions, right? So right now, boom, transition. Now with this transition, as you can see, if we change the size of this fillet, right now, this is pretty clear what the geometry is, because we have a flat face here, we have a flat face here, we have a flat face here, and the area of transition is smaller than all those faces. So it is clearly just an angle change with these three flat faces right here, right here, and right here. But it has these two rounded edges on it. This is something that seems simple, but it actually is very important. Because if we made these edges bigger, now you can't really tell if it's an angle anymore. Even though we have these two faces right here that are flat, you can't really tell because they're so small. So right now it's more of like a scoop cut transition, right? So we can really change the entire look of our models just by editing the size of our fillets. And it's just very important to keep in mind, because so many people do this stuff and they don't pay attention to the size of their fillets. But it's one of the biggest things you should be paying attention to. And yeah, it's just not smart to start beveling everything, because you really got to pay attention to the fillets. Because I have all these sharp edges here that I could bevel if I wanted to, but if I start beveling them really fast, then it's gonna keep me from making informed decisions on whether or not I should bevel them. So yeah, it's important, especially with CAD, because a lot of people that use CAD bevel too much. But yeah, I'll be 3D printing this file. Yeah, it'll be printed probably later today, along with some other stuff. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed the video. Hope I explained some stuff fairly well.